It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley is there after a long extended weekend. I was the benevolent leader of the Muskegon Channel and gave Dave Friday off, which you know what? I had a fun morning Friday.
I did too.
What'd you do?
I just did my traffic here at the station. Went on the YouTubes, checked out some funny videos, and
Nice.
then went back to the other job over at the custom countertops there, and
Free plug.
Worked out the rest of the day until 5.
Nice, very nice.
So.
I went to a Chamber of Commerce event. It was called Business for Breakfast.
Okay, how was that?
Lots of movers, lots of shakers.
Mm-hmm.
Shook a few hands, rubbed a few elbows. Enjoyed a little breakfast baked quiche type thing.
Oh yes, that's what you go to those things for, the breakfast food.
Yeah, it was nice. And
Chamber of Commerce, always good.
We talked. They were talking about manufacturing. They were talking about Muskegon business. They were talking about policy when it comes to employee retention and what business is doing to make hang on to employees and develop employees and all that kind of stuff. And I had a question for the panel. I asked them talk about wages in regard to employee retention and how how they see the difference between Muskegon making X amount of dollars and people in Grand Rapids and Holland making a little bit more for kind of the same jobs and so got up there and did what I do and I enjoyed the company. I was invited by the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians to be a part of the thing.
Good people.
Huh?
I enjoy any band of Indians.
Yeah, they're good. Hey, I mean, I've made no secret about the fact that I'm all for this casino.
Absolutely.
And it's been years that I've been, and you know for a fact, it's been years that I've been on their side. So this isn't just an immediate candidate thing. Jump on the bandwagon and get this casino thing done. This is a major piece of thing to get done for Muskegon. I mean, it's a big deal.
We've been beating this drum, for lack of a better word, for years as far as Muskegon and casino goes. So
it's a big gear to get things moving in Muskegon again.
Right.
It's a major gear. So it was nice to be invited and actually, Mark Lewis from No More Sidelines.
Yeah, great guy.
He's a teacher at the Career Tech Center now, and he's in the law enforcement class. He is a teacher,
right.
And he was helping park cars in the morning as we were pulling in. So the first person I got to see was Mark Lewis.
Very good guy. Look forward to seeing him at the gala in a couple of weeks.
Not far off, is it?
That's right.
That's right.
Week from Sunday, or a week from Saturday, I believe.
Yep. Whew, that's coming up quick.
Can't believe it.
Man. All right, well, that was our weekend. Why don't you wow us with some news, and I'll...
You'll interject.
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. High winds on Sunday knocked out power to thousands of Consumers Energy customers, including some in Muskegon. More than 120 wires were knocked down. 27,000 were without power. All the lights should be back on by 11 o'clock tonight. Now, that stuff never affects you because you got a generator, right? So you don't even bat an eye.
Well, we do, but I've only had to use it one time. Mm-hmm. And by the time I got out there and got because you got to make a little switch on the electric box downstairs.
Right.
And then you got to go out and get the generator started. And by the one time I went to use the generator, by the time I got out there to actually implement the thing, power was back on.
Well, at least you have it there just in case. Nothing to worry about for Andy. He's
last summer, a buddy of mine wanted to borrow it and take it to the racetrack. He's the chaplain down at MIS. He's like, "Hey, is anybody a generator I can borrow?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? You're the chaplain at the racetrack. I'll let you borrow the generator."
Right.
Went out to pull the rope and just busted the rope right off. So that cost me $200 to get that thing fixed.
Oh man, these ministers don't know their own strength.
No, it was me. I was trying to get it started and warmed up for him, so he had something nice to use. And
all right,
it's like, yeah, that's what I had to have. I had to have a generator. So there's another thing I can throw $200 at every other year when I don't need it and it breaks.
Yeah. You try to do something nice for somebody, and it just comes back and bites you. This is why I don't do anything for anybody ever.
I know.
Anyway, what else is going on? President Trump apparently at odds with the NRA over gun control. Over the weekend, Trump said he wanted to look at several reforms, including a ban on bump stocks and better background checks. The president is also considering increasing the age to own a firearm to 21. Still not sure about that. You and I have talked about it. Seems like a good idea, but we got to decide when you become an adult. Is it 18? Is it 21? Is it 25? I mean, the frontal lobe of your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25. I don't know what the answer is to this stuff.
Right.
I mean, you can fight in a war.
There's no quick and easy answer. There isn't. There's not.
I mean, you think about it. If we raise this to 21, you could fight in a war, and that's the only time you could use a gun for 3 years. You can't drink until you're 21. You can vote at 18. Are we going to put the voting age to 21? Are we going to make it 21 across the board? Okay, you're an adult now. I don't know.
I think we're at the point now where you got to take out some of that ancillary stuff, like when you can vote, when you can all. I mean, we just got to isolate it to the gun rules, and that's that.
Why should we isolate it to just that, though? I mean, seriously, because if you're going to make it 21 to own a gun, then how can you have somebody fighting in a war using a gun when they're 18? Doesn't make sense.
Well, that's what we're incredibly good at doing, is overly complicating things, and we never get to an answer for anything that way.
No question. Well, I wasn't the only one apparently not watching the Olympics. Ratings for the 2018 White Games were down 25% from 4 years ago. USA finished with 23 medals, far behind Norway, Germany, and Canada, although we did apparently bring home the gold in men's curling.
Yes.
Which we weren't supposed to even medal in, and we win the gold. I guess the curling team, they couldn't get upgraded. They thought they could get upgraded in their flight home because they won the gold medal. Nope, didn't happen. No. Oh, you won the gold in curling? Nobody cares.
I cared. I enjoyed it. I thought it was the only thing I thought that was really weird was last night we were watching the closing ceremonies, and they said the place was sold out, packed to the rafters. I didn't think there was anybody in the stands.
Yeah.
And when I say I didn't think there was anybody, I mean it literally looked like it was just done for the cameras. It looked like it was completely empty. You and I are going to disagree, and that's okay. I don't think it's the quote-unquote White Games. I think it was I think they're fun. I think it was good to watch, and anything we can pull off internationally that we get along at, okay, good. I'm all for it.
I just, I can't pretend to care about any of these sports. I just can't.
Well,
the luging, the skiing, hockey, I could get into, but the level it's played at, it's not the NHL. I just don't care.
Here's another thing I wanted to point out the other day. You're all about this NFL, NHL, blah blah blah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that
NBA?
Professional sports is down in attendance as a whole? People just aren't watching like they used to.
Well, it's the ratings are down too across the board for everything because you've got so many other options.
Right.
I mean, think about it. When we were kids, you had 3 or 4 channels. That was it. Every World Series, every Olympics.
But I mean, even in attendance, the NFL is just hit in attendance.
Well, the NFL took a hit. A lot of that had to do with the kneel before Zod protests.
Yeah.
And it has to do with the fact that the NFL is just the perfect sport to watch on TV.
Yeah,
you watch that on, I mean, you want to watch, there was never a sport that was more geared for television than football, especially with the HD and everything. I mean, it's just a better experience than actually going to the games. It just is.
But once again, wait a minute.
What?
Hang on. You're pontificating about football. Hang on. It's hitting me.
Oh, geez. Seriously, Max, man, you got to get with the people. The people, that's America's passion, is the NFL. You cannot like it. You cannot care about it. That's fine. But you got to acknowledge that's where the passion of America is. It's like what I acknowledge with reality TV. I hate reality TV because it's terrible acting by people who aren't actors pretending to be something they're not. But at the same time, I acknowledge the fact that it's bigger than pretty much everything else on television.
Mm-hmm.
So I still, you don't have to care about it. You just have to acknowledge it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Speaking of sports, Michigan State takes home the Big Ten championship outright with a 68-65 win over Wisconsin. They improved to 28-3. They'll play in the Big Ten tournament on Friday at noon. Michigan, which crushed Maryland, they're playing as well as anybody in college basketball right now. They're going to take on, I believe, Rutgers on Thursday night. They finish 5th overall in the Big Ten. That's sports. Oh, wait,
Dave,
no.
have yourself a great Monday.
I almost forgot.
What?
I almost forgot. Muskegon split a pair over the weekend.
Yes.
Lumberjacks, they fall on Friday to Sioux City before winning 6-2 on Saturday.
Saturday was a really fun game. Friday, on the other hand, not so much.
Yeah.
Talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right, later.